We have another race that we're going to be doing today in Forza Motorsport. We're going to be racing in the S class at Grand Oak Raceway in the club circuit. And I'll be driving an Acura NSX done up with my Richard Petty paint job. And this is a real long sweeping track, pretty fast all the way around. I get ready for qualifying here. See how this thing is going to handle itself on this track. As we come up to the start-finish line to begin the first qualifying lap. Kind of a sweeping uphill into a left-hander up here. This is a completely different layout to Grand Oak. This particular track layout is a lot more challenging than the other track layout at Grand Oak. A lot of tight corners like this here, coming into this section here, and then you make your way around here and you speed up to head back onto the front straightaway. See how we do when I get to the timing lights here. So I qualify fourth on the first lap, and here's the end of the third lap of qualifying, and I'm still in fourth, so that's pretty encouraging. And I actually even got a little bit better time on that lap than I did on previous one. But there's a lot of time left, and there's a lot of other people. And I was not able to maintain my position in fourth in qualifying. So we have a Porsche, another Porsche, a Dodge Viper, an Aston Martin, a Ford Capri from Australia, a Formula Mazda, a VW GTI, and here I am in my Acura in 8th place, a Corvette, a BMW, and another Porsche, a 63 Shelby, and a Buick. Oh. I think that's a Regal, a Buick Regal with a turbo V6. All right. And we're off. Oh, that Capri didn't get off the starting line too good. And I'm actually able to gain a couple of positions here right at the beginning. And at the outset, things are looking fairly promising. But there's a lot of race ahead. And this little Shelby, he cuts down underneath me there. Guy bumps into my back bumper there. Another bump, so much so that they push me off track. But I keep keep powering through the grass to get back on the track, and I end up all the way back in 14th place. And that Porsche just flew past me. Same thing with this Corvette. So I've definitely got my work cut out for me if I want to maintain anything close to the qualifying position that I had, because I'm quite a ways back right now. And this race is fairly long at 9 laps, so there is time to gain ground on people. I got a Porsche filling up my rearview mirror. And this Viper does seem to be a little bit slower, and he makes contact with that Ferrari right there. And that kind of slows them both down a little bit. And I'm able to get underneath this Ferrari, even though we're making some fairly heavy contact with one another. And I swing on this corner wide, and he's able to get back underneath me. And I have to let off on the throttle a little bit so I don't ram into these guys. Now we're heading back onto the front straightaway, and I'm hoping that I'm faster down the straightaway than they are. But it looks like they're able to carry just as much speed as I am. Now that Porsche kind of loses a little bit on that corner there, so I was able to regain one position. But he's filling up my rearview mirror again. And that Porsche in front of me, he's got some kind of whining engine. It sounds like he's got a supercharger on that thing or something. That thing is whining. And that Porsche, he slammed into my rear bumper, and that ended up sending him off track. And so the thing that's kind of curious to me is, how is it that I got the time penalty for that guy hitting me? I don't know. There's certain things that happen in this game that I'm not able to really comprehend properly. Because I don't see how I get a time penalty for somebody else hitting me. But it is what it is. And I continue on, and this Porsche, he's right back in my rearview mirror. So this guy's clearly fast in the straightaways. Seems as though he has a little bit of difficulty in the corners, but he's fast on the straightaway. And he ducks down underneath me, and he's able to get through that corner faster than I can, so he does pass me. And he's sliding pretty heavy right there. He's trying to make his way around this other Porsche, and they make contact with one another. It ends up making contact with me, but I just put the pedal to the metal and keep forging ahead. I'm sure the guys in the body shop are not going to be happy with me. So I'm currently in 15th and won the 7th lap. So I'm certainly not thinking that I'm going to be able to come anything close to catching the people in the front of the pack. And now I've got another, a black Porsche is filling up my rearview mirror. But it looks like I am able to get through these sections faster than they are. And then this Acura does carry a lot of speed down the straightaway. I'm able to get up to about 150 or so on the straightaway, almost 160. But then you gotta brake pretty hard for this uphill sweeper here, going into this left-hander. And here I'm coming around this corner to make my way to begin the final lap, and I'm not seeing anybody in front of me. So they've clearly pulled away from me quite a bit. I still see that silver Porsche back there, and he seems to be gaining a little bit of ground on me, but I think I'm going to be able to hold him off to the end of the race. Now I'm heading down to the front straightaway for the final time. And it looks like I'm going to end up being 15th in this race. Certainly not overly inspiring, although I end up being 16th as a result of time penalties. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the racetrack.